Nope. I'm not going to propagate that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I
And
did hear that.
and it becomes this thing where it's like, how do you know he's saying that he's exposing.
How tense was that, right? My man Jeremy is seriously up at night. There's some serious shit that he knows about that he can't say. And then his messages on his phone just, it wasn't him, said 2027. Like, did you see that shit? What the fuck? I'm really interested to know more about that.
It, but how do you know if he's exposed? It's just like, it's the ultimate test of, are you skeptical enough and also open-minded enough and
Right.
thoughtful enough?
Also, if there's a believer, get them some bullshit. Feed the believer some bullshit.
Exactly.
And
They don't even have to know that they're in on it, right?
They don't have to know. And it could be like kind of plausible bullshit, and it could be corroborated with some other bullshit
Yep.
that you have.
I think that's what most bullshit artists are in most fields. I think it's usually useful idiots, like people like myself, genuinely. Like, I am in some ways one of those people, in the sense that if I get fooled by something, I become that.
Right.
Which is why it's so important to think really carefully and to be okay with being wrong, because
Right.
you never know what your sources are.
Yeah.
And that's also why I'm really careful not to do very many like leaks or whistleblows, or like, because how do I know who the fuck you are? I don't want to spend all the time to try to vet you and find out where you came from and your
Right.
story came from. I'd way rather just learn.
I mean, it's pretty much like diluting the information, right? You throw in falses with truth, and then the false truths would show who's in on it and who's not, right? I don't even know. It's really odd. Probably really effective. If anyone knows more about these psychological things, let me know. Any psychologists, what is this all about, right? Why do they put in false things with the truth? Yeah.
There's quite a bit of talk about this 2027 thing.
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing like a really viral video, and I think we shared one
Yeah,
on
yeah.
our Instagram. And I know there's some miscommunication about that, or misunderstanding. Are you able to just sort of clarify what you meant by your comments of an event potentially, or something happening in
Right.
2027?
I don't know about any event. What I was clarifying was the channelers seem to say in unison that something is going to happen.
Right.
And to put it in perspective, that discussion occurred in September of 2022. So I went to a skiff in Washington, D.C., where that question was raised, because the people in the skiff mentioned it, as part of the conversation about, hey, we also, hear about 2027. What do you know about it? So that skiff meeting was in the context of UAP and